little bit.
Alright, you guys. The reason why I have you down here is because we took an assessment. We took an assessment yesterday. It does not mean that you failed the assessment. What I have you down here is because I think that you need a little reteaching on rounding, and then we need a little reteaching on how to estimate products. Because we missed the steps somehow. Ariel, on your bottom. I don't know why anybody is looking upset. Everybody makes mistakes, but that's why I tell y'all to triple check your work. So what we're going to do is first go over the rules of rounding. Now on Brain Quest, you guys just told me what the rules of rounding were. So what are they? And like I said, it's not that you all failed it. You might have just gotten one wrong. But it's because you did not round correctly or you didn't multiply correctly. It was one of those two things. It's not that you did not know it. You either skipped a step or you just messed up somewhere. But that's okay. So my job today is to get you to understand where you kind of messed up and try to get you back so that I can retest you and you can really show me what you know. Is that clear? So I need everybody to take the frowns off their face. I need everybody to turn around and face forward. It happens to the best of us. Not everybody will pass every quiz. I need for you all to scoot up further. Ariel and Janiyah, turn around and cross your legs. There's no need for attitude. Alright, so we said that the rules around it are 5 or more, you add 1 more, and 4 or less, you let it rest, right? On some bigger numbers, I believe that you guys are having a little trouble. Come on, if you give me a void eraser, please. So what I noticed, and I'm just going to tell you what I noticed. That a lot of people had trouble with the very last problem, which was a word problem.
You named people?
I'm not naming anybody. This lesson's for all of us. Anybody who does not want to participate, I am more than happy to call home. Janiyah, sit up and pay attention. Marvell, sit up and pay attention because a lot of you failed something that I just knew that you were going to pass because of silly little mistakes. So when you are rounding, you have to make sure that you know the rules around it and you know the steps of rounding. So if I had the number 565, if I have the number 565, and we already know the rules are 5 or more, you add 1 more, and 4 or less, you let it rest. What's the first thing that I do, Janiyah, if I'm rounding to the nearest 100? Ask the 6 what to do. That's something that we should do before that. Yeah. Underline the 5. Why? It's in the hundreds place. Now, Janiyah, you said we do what next? We ask the neighbor, the 6, what to do. What is that 6 telling this 5 to do, Ariel? Add 1 more to the what? To the 5. And that would make it a what, Jane? A 6. What do we do after that? Shatira, do you know? What do you eat? Just 1 0? 2 zeros, because everything to the right of the underlying number becomes a 0. Do we understand that? What if we had 42? We need to round it to the nearest 10. What's the first thing that I do? Underline the 4. And Nicholas. Thank you. Nicholas. What do we do next? So he said, ask the neighbor the 2 what to do with the 4. What is that 2 telling that 4 to do? Let it rest. Let it stay there. Ariel, get in here and sit down. So we said let it rest, and everything to the right of the 4 becomes a what? 0. So we got that down pat, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to review your entire quiz. And then I'm going to show some of you your quizzes. Some of them are outside, and some of them are outside on our board, and some of them are in here with me. And we're going to review what is it, what step did I miss in order for me to get this answer wrong. It's a simple mistake. Even adults make mistakes. It's okay. That's why I'm letting you retake it again. Okay? So, number one, I asked you guys to estimate the product for 269. I'll change numbers. 269 times 56. Now, we don't want the actual answers of this, okay? We want an estimate, and when we estimate, what skill do we use when we estimate? We use the rounding skill to help us estimate. So, when we are estimating the product of a number, you have to remember, each factor has to be rounded. Well, what are we rounding to?
The nearest or
The highest
place value.
place value, right? So what is the highest place value in 200?
The hundreds.
The hundreds place. And which number is in the hundreds place?
Two.
The 2. So we underline the 2. Hey, Jonah, what do we do next? So we asking our neighbor the 6 what to do, and what does the 6 tell the 2 to do? The 6 told the 2 to add one more. I want you to, did you know that, or did you hear Ariel and the rest of your peers yelling it out? My reasoning for calling on certain people and you guys is so I can hear their thinking. I don't want them, because when he's taking the quiz, can he rely on you to tell him the answer? No.
But we already know it. If they don't,
Well, then you will get your chance as well. You just need to wait. So, Jonah, what is the 6 telling the 2 to do? Remember your rules for rounding. 5 or more, you add 1 more. 4 or less, you let it rest. So, what is the 6 telling the 2 to do? 5 or more, you add 1 more. 4 or less, you let it rest. If your neighbor is 5 or more, you add 1 more to the underlying number. If your neighbor is 4 or less, Ashante, you let it rest. So what do you think? Just think. Sit up on that. Kevin, do you want to help him out?
yes.
What is the 6 tell the 2 to do? Add 1 more. What is the 6 telling the 2 to do, Kevin? What's going up 1 more? That's what I'm asking. You have to be able to explain yourself. So I'm adding 1 more to what number? So that will be what? It will be 3, and then everything to the right becomes a 0. All right. Now we have 56. When we're thinking about estimated products, we have to round our factors to the highest place value. What's the highest place value, Jalen? 56. The 10th place, right? What number's in the 10th place, Jalen? The 5. We're going to ask our neighbor the 6 what to do. What is that 6 telling that 5 to do, Leilani? Remember your rules for rounding. 5 or more, you add 1 more. 4 or less, you let it rest. Add 1 more, okay? So we're adding 1 more to 5, and that's going to make it 6, and everything to the right becomes a 0. So now, we've got this so far. And it's always important to write your steps down as you go, so that means you're less likely to make a mistake. And I saw a lot of people on your papers, you were skipping steps. That's why some of the mistakes came. So, now we have 300 times 60. Is 300 times 60 a really easy number to multiply? Yes or no?
Yes. What's 3 times 6?
What if you don't know 300 times 60? What could you do?
I'll go down again.
No, 3 times 6.
3 times 6 again.
You can find a basic fact. What is the basic fact?
30 times 6.
3 times 6.
I know the answer. I know you can start 18.
Because if you did not know what 300 times 60 was, you can pull out these basic facts and you can use an array or some type of model to help you figure out the answer. So, what is 3 times 6?
18.
What if I didn't know 3 times 6? What can I do?
Count
She said you can use an array. What else can you use?
You can do 3 6 times.
No.
Okay. She said breaking apart the numbers. What's another strategy you can use for this basic fact that you didn't know the product of? Repeated addition. You can do repeated addition. What's another
Skip
strategy?
count.
You can skip count. What do you say? Right. So there is no reason that none of us should get this answer to this basic fact. So now that we have 3 times 6 equals 18, are we done with our problem? Ariel, are we done?
No.
What should we do next?
We should action.
Ariel.
We put the 18 up there. And
We're going to put the 18 right here. And then what?
And you add 3 zeros because you add the, you add 2 zeros and then you add the negative zeros and they come from 6.
All right, so she's saying that we have the answer to our basic fact, but we have to add these zeros, 1, 2, and 3, to behind the product of our basic fact.
You don't say fact, man.
Fact-master numbers are math. Okay? So are there any questions on this problem?
No.
The majority, if not all of you, got this first one right. Right? Kevin.
I had a question because when we have like 2-digit numbers and 3-digit numbers, and I try to go get, I do 30 times 6. So I was like, how you gonna turn a 2-digit number to 60 if it's already 60? I know we can skip one step and go all the way down to the
It's
left.
not skipping one step. I never told you to do it the way you just said it.
Oh.
Okay? Any other questions? Now is the time because you will be retested. Okay? So,
Should give us the answer. Because can I finish that? Should give us the answer.
different numbers.
I wish you give us the answer.
Okay.
Oh, that's I should take the notes. I wish you give us the answer. They stupid.
All right. Number 2 was, and some of you even wrote down the problem wrong, even though it was right in front of you. Number 2 was, I went right down the whole problem.
No, she said 40 that's math.
Ariel, be quiet, please. It was 45 times 29. 45 times 29. Now, this is the one where people got a little mixed up in. I thought it would be the first because it was bigger. So, it's 45 times 29. So, Marvell, what are we doing first to estimate the product of this problem? Remember, the product is what? Shatira. The product is what? Just give me the definition of a product. I want you to sit all the way down because you're too focused on that. As a matter of fact, come over here. John, switch places with her. That way your back can be set. What's the product? The definition is, what's the product for? What's the product? Anyone want to help her out, Jalen? What's the, Jalen Cooper. Back up here. Marvell, what's the product? What's a product? The product is an answer to a multiplication problem. Do you understand? So anytime somebody is asking you for the product of a problem, it's the answer to a multiplication problem. Marvell, what's our first step in solving this and estimating the product for this problem? You need to be a little bit more specific in your steps. So I'm asking you guys to talk to me about your steps so that when you get ready to do this again, you can hear yourself in your head saying, I need to do this first, this next, and this last. What is the first thing that you're going to do again? What? What? It's in the 10th place, and we know we're estimating products. We have to round our factors, which are these numbers, to the highest what? Highest place value. Bill said we are underlining the 4.